Welcome to Doing Football. Today we're doing a brand new segment, Keep, Trade, Cut. We're going to talk about up to 16 players here, whether or not you should keep them, trade them, or cut them. And we'll talk about 6 a little more in depth in particular. We're covering really every position here, so if you've got these players on your teams, on your rosters, definitely listen in. We'll give you some advice on what you should be doing with these players. If you enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, and comment down below if you got any questions for us. We're happy to answer them as well. Fellas, let's get started.
Well, join the Discord. So next week, if you want to talk about your players on your team, we asked this in the Discord before every episode. You can have your players talked about on the show.
Definitely, yeah. We got the ones we'll rapid fire at the end, or some of them were from the Discord as well. So let's start with Robby Anderson. I think a lot to go through from what happened on Thursday. That's a little ways away from us now that we're through week 3. The Christian McCaffrey injury. We did also hear news today that Dan Arnold is confirmed going to happen.
Confirmed traded to the Jags.
Yeah, so that opens up some more opportunity as well for Robby Anderson as well as Terrace Marshall, the elephant in the room here. So, Jared, tell me what you think, what you'd be doing with Robby Anderson.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm cutting him. Even though he does have that increased opportunity, I don't think it's going to go to him. I think it's going to go to Terrace Marshall. We've seen through the first 3 weeks, his snap share is going down. He's gone from 81%, 74%, and then 64% last week. So, they clearly want to get Terrace Marshall more involved. I think he's going to start taking more of those 2 wide receiver sets, and they just aren't targeting Robby Anderson either. It's like DJ Moore's the clear one, and then after that, Terrace Marshall's already almost passed him in targets. So I don't think he's going to be a guy I'm ever going to be comfortable starting. So at that point, you might as well drop him.
Here's what I think this opens up. I would keep Robby Anderson. I think this opens up an opportunity with McCaffrey's injury. He might only be out for a week or 2, it looks like. But there's going to be more targets made available to him. I'm not impressed by Terrace Marshall through the first few weeks of the season. He just doesn't really stand out to me. He's clearly the 2 in routes run on the team. It's been the case even last week.
Even last week it's getting close. It's getting closer.
But again, he ran, I think, 7 or 8 more routes than Terrace Marshall did. He ran 34 routes.
He's still ahead.
He's still ahead. I still think he's going to be the guy out there in 2 wide receiver sets right now. And then with McCaffrey injury, this could be an opportunity to sit on him, keep him, maybe you play him, and then he plays well. Maybe then you move for a trade to try and pick something up for him. But I'd hang on to him.
I've been trying to trade him, but no one fucking wants him.
It's hard to trade him right now.
Yeah, you can't trade him.
Yeah, so I'm keeping him right now. This is the week to see. Robby Anderson was really good when Christian McCaffrey was out, right? That's where all his targets went, kind of was Robby Anderson last year. So we pray to fucking God this week that Robby Anderson gets these targets.
Yeah, this is his last chance.
But see, this is a chance where you can kind of, if he has a really good week, this is a chance where you try and sell. If people haven't been paying attention that much to what Robby Anderson has done at the start of the season, you kind of sell high if Christian McCaffrey's not. He's got a kindergarten strain, I was saying, less than a grade 1 strain, so he might be back very soon. So let's hope Robby Anderson has a good week, and then we trade him. Yeah,
I will say that if you're in a 10-team league, if it wasn't for this injury to McCaffrey, I would be on Jared's side here. I'd be willing to cut him because yes, he's running out wide. Yes, the Sam Darnold, love from when they were together before. He got a lot of deep targets, but it's just really not the player he is now.
The unknown factor for the increased targets is the only reason you could even consider keeping him.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move to a player we talked about a good amount in the offseason and one of the most frustrating games I saw all day yesterday. Justin Fields. We've been stashing him, boys. I know I think I only have him in 1 league stash. I usually went with Lance over Fields as my stash, but I still do have him. What should people be doing with him? Avery, why don't you start? I have a few things I want to say too, but
I am cutting him for the reason that the coaching staff is just inadequate. He ran Andy Dalton's offense this week, and we saw how bad that was.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. I had to go back. I was fucking doing other stuff this weekend, but I went back, watched some of the tape. It was fucking ugly to watch. I saw the dropbacks and stuff like that. I want to be able to keep him, but I don't think this is the year where Justin Fields is going to be that good the rest of the season, right? If the talent we know the talent's there, it's just what is this coaching staff going to do to adapt for this team for the rest of the season to make him very relevant the rest of the season?
Yeah, it was embarrassing. I mean, he was pressured 14 times and 30 dropbacks. Almost half of his dropbacks.
Myles Garrett, what a game for him.
Yeah, 4.5 sacks did he have? Team had 5 sacks. Look, I actually start to feel better
What are you doing?
No, I'm cutting him. Yeah, I love the talent, but I can't keep him around. This is going to be like a Matt Nagy proving to himself. Look, Andy Dalton's our guy when he's healthy. That's just going to be doubled down, I think now. But 2 fucking rushing attempts in the game. Are you kidding me?
Didn't he have like 4.4 speed or something like that? Like,
I just don't understand. This speaks to. I hated Anthony Lynn last year, but he had Justin Herbert, one of the worst offensive lines in football last season. But they made it work, not just because of Justin Herbert's talent, but they moved the pocket. They had to use his legs. He make plays on the run. Justin Fields can make those plays too, but instead he's just sitting in the fucking pocket. They're not moving the line around at all, which is completely terrible. It's a terrible offensive line. We knew that before the season, but you thought that this guy's athletic ability and his speed and what he can do with his legs was going to overcome that. You thought that was going to be something that wouldn't be a problem. But the way that Matt Nagy's calling this game was just completely atrocious. David Montgomery had only 10 rushing attempts. This needs to be RPO. This needs to be moving the pocket. Yeah. But it wasn't. It was none of it. There was no roll. You never saw him on a natural rollout type play. It was a complete disaster. I mean, we were talking about all these numbers of Aaron Rodgers in the last minute of the game there threw for, they advanced the ball more yards in one drive with 37 seconds left. And
the Bears did all game.
So you got to cut him. Don't worry about it. I love the talent. There's a lot of things to the mystery and excitement of a mobile quarterback, but this just isn't the coach to do it.
I mean, we even thought even if he was bad at passing, he still would have that Jalen Hurts type rushing upside. But with just 2 rushing attempts, he doesn't have it. And even Matt Nagy is saying he's going to put Andy Dalton back in the game once he's healthy. So at this point, I agree. You have to cut him. The upside is kind of gone.
Yeah.
It's if you're in a 1 quarterback league, just for the roster spot.
Yeah, but that's most of what we're talking about.
2 quarterback leagues are probably.
Oh yeah, keep him there.
But again, it's just. I wish I could say that this was we're overreacting, but I just truly don't think we are. I don't like to overreact, but
yeah, we're not overreacting to Justin Fields. We're normally reacting to how shitty the Bears coaching staff is.
Yeah, maybe I just forgot about that somehow. Okay, Trey Sermon. So let's talk a bit about the 49ers backfield, more specifically about Trey Sermon. I mean, to me, this is a trade guy for sure. This is someone I'm probably not trying to keep, which sucks because I loved him before the season. But first play of the game, listed as the starter. No, Kyle Juszczyk first fucking run of the game. Are you kidding me, Kyle Shanahan, you motherfucker? Why are you doing this to me?
He's doing anything he can to not put Trey Sermon in the game.
Yeah, this is not his guy. And let me tell you, fellas, you don't want to not be Kyle Shanahan's guy, right, Jared?
Dante Pettis, Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. So, look, I'm just... Yeah, I'd be trying to move him just off of there is that excitement of being a running back for Kyle Shanahan and hit this offense, but to me it's clear he doesn't like the guy.
It might even be hard to move him, but I agree with you. He's a trade for me. But yeah, Elijah Mitchell, once he gets back there, he might be back this week. He's going to be the guy that takes back over, and I don't think Trey Sermon's going to ever be the guy unless he's literally the only one left.
Yeah.
That was my exact same thing. Trade if you can. I don't think we're going to be able to get decent value if you trade him, but
I'd almost be willing to just drop him if nobody's biting.
My thing is he might be that guy that clogs your roster spot all season long, and maybe you just got to. I know I liked him. I didn't think he looked bad at all on Sunday night, and it was a bad game script. But again, this just isn't this guy, so I think we're all on the same page there.
Yeah.
Tyson Williams. So Baltimore, we talk game script. We talk about this is a great opportunity to really find out what we have in Tyson Williams. I'm pretty sure we said that on the Start Sit video.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we said those exact words. And it was a mess. I mean, he had 7 or maybe 5 rushing attempts.
5 rushes, 22 yards.
Latavius Murray had 7.
28 yards.
3 for Devonta Freeman. What do you guys think? Was Avery right here?
I hate to say it, but feels good. I'll victory lap in 1 week. That's fine.
So what are you doing with him?
I'm still trading him.
Trading?
For the same reasons we saw. The fear was if those other old-ass running backs were going to get carries and out-touch him in the game, and that's what happened. It's still my fear. It's why I wanted to trade him last week. It's still why I want to trade him. Talent's there. Talent's here for all these guys, obviously, but I'm still trading him.
I feel like he might be the guy for them in these more fast-paced, really competitive games where they know that they can use him not just as a running back, but he's also able to, to be dished out to along the sidelines or dump off plays. But here, where it was just kind of an ugly game, they didn't really. I was just
Baltimore
surprised
was
at his
so
involvement.
bad.
Yeah,
Like everybody was just so bad on that team. Marquise Brown was like, the fact that he made 3 drops that were just like on deep balls pissed me off so much. But yeah, Tyson Williams, I'm keeping him though. I'm willing to keep him because he still had the highest snap percentage of the 3 running backs. He's still their guy. He's going to be used in the passing game still. And T-Mac's probably right about he's going to be the guy in more quick pace games. So I think I'm willing to keep him. Maybe put him on the bench this week. I don't know who they play. I didn't look at the schedule yet.
I haven't got into that yet.
But yeah, if it's a good matchup, I'd probably be willing to start him again. But I'm a little worried that he only had 5 carries.
Yeah, so far he's split red zone rushing attempts with Latavius Murray and rushing attempts inside the 5. They've split them evenly. So it just
there's too much volume.
Ravens running back. This is 2 teams we're talking about where it's so exciting, but it's just like John Harbaugh said himself that he is not that he thinks that the NFL should no longer be a one running back. This is not a one running back league. It's always a committee, always a committee. And I do get that because at the rate that they run the ball and they play a very heavy style offense, run you over kind of offense. So I get it, but it's going to be frustrating. But Tyson's definitely I'm keeping him. I don't think I'm getting anything if I trade him.
No. Yeah, I agree.
Here's one that let's get to the tight end position here with this one. Jonnu Smith. Here, Jared, you start.
I'll start. Okay, I'm cutting him at this point. Like his snap percentage and his routes run are just diminishing week by week, and he hasn't been looking good even when he does get the ball. Like he's dropped the ball, I think, like 3 times when it's just right in his hands. And Hunter Henry's just becoming the guy there. And sure, he's an injury-prone guy, but like that's not something I'm willing to bank on. Like, I hope Hunter Henry gets hurt so I can play Jonnu Smith, because especially in redraft leagues where you only have like 5 bench spots, I'm not willing to have Jonnu Smith as my stash.
Are you rostering Hunter Henry?
Like even Hunter Henry, I'm like, I don't even really want to roster him, which is why I'm so out on Jonnu Smith at this point. Like there's just so many better options to just stream that there's no point in rostering him.
Before you go, I want to read you the stat and you tell me what you think. Okay, this is crazy. For he has a target 1 in every 3 routes he's run, Jonnu Smith, but last game he ran only 15 routes. Hunter Henry's 38. He gets a target for every 3 routes he runs. He gets targeted. Like that's where I get pause and like just dropping him. It's like when he's on the field, Mac Jones looks his way, but I remember
he's never on the field.
I thought this was a great opportunity for him to get out on the field more with James White being hurt early in the game. It still didn't happen. So I don't know where the team and Bill Belichick is at with him. Because this is the tight end position, and because I think Jonnu Smith is still a talented tight end who clearly is someone when he's on the field, they look to him, and I think he's the better guy for them in passing down situations, the better pass catcher. I'm willing to hold because he's a tight end and he still seems to be targeted plenty.
That's why this was the one that was confusing to me. I switched back and forth from keep and cut.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the talent is there from other people on the wire if you were to drop him.
Yeah.
Tight end is thin. You said you like other streaming options. Sure, there's some good streaming options, but none, I don't think, with his upside or his talent level, which is why I'm hesitant to cut him at this point. 1 week, if we see this other bullshit again with his routes run and Hunter Henry just running 1,000 times more routes, I'll be like, yeah, sure, we can cut him. But too talented for me to cut right now this week. Next week could be a whole different story, though.
Yeah, if we keep seeing the same, then maybe I'll probably give up, but I'll keep him for now. Last one before we rapid fire a bunch here. AJ Green. I've talked about AJ Green for a couple weeks now, and Jared was I was very upset with Jared this morning when we got into the office about him being on Rondell Moore last week. Just because you cannot escape AJ Green running routes for the Arizona Cardinals. He is just the clear wide receiver 2. He ran another 30-plus routes this week. This time he had 112 yards. He's top 25 in the NFL in routes run. He's running a route on 86% of Kyler Murray dropbacks. He's just on the field. Like I don't know why you wouldn't want him as like. I ran into some issues this past week on one of my teams with injuries. I can't remember what specific. I had AJ Brown, or I had Antonio Brown, and then I had someone else get ruled out. So I had to.
T. Higgins, maybe.
Yeah, and Higgins. That was the team. And so I had to pick someone up off the wire. I picked up Quintez Cephas, who did nothing. But I wish I had AJ Green because
Yeah.
he would have been just a steady guy I know is going to be on the field and have the opportunity and probably get 4 or 5 targets. And he's just out there. Like I would hang, if I have AJ Green, I'm definitely keeping him. If he's on your wire, I would just pick him up because this is someone you can start in emergency situations.
I'm trading him.
I'm trading him as well.
No one's trading. Nobody wants him.
Why not?
Sure,
If he's
but
had back
worst
to back,
case scenario, you keep him, right? The scenario that you want, if we can't find someone of equal or better value that you could trade for right now, we keep him and we're the same spot as you, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
why would you not at least shop him around?
if you were offered Rondell Moore for AJ Green right now, are you giving up AJ Green?
Yeah, because of the upside. Like I don't think AJ Green has like
10
incredible
touchdowns in
upside.
him.
Yeah. But again, I think we just need to remind ourselves of the fact that I don't think this is going to change. The team's 3-0. They've scored 30+ points in every game they played in.
Hopkins hurt this week though, so I don't know what his route percentage was, but
he still ran still ran more.
I'm sure,
most
but I'm
routes.
sure they just didn't target him as often as they would before.
Yeah, that's true.
I just can't trust AJ Green. He's old as fuck and like he's just not good. He's gonna get injured. He has to get injured soon. Like I don't see it. It doesn't make any sense that
Jared, that's so bad.
he's this
He has
involved.
to get injured.
I did
He
do that for
does.
baseball. Aaron Judge, I said he's bound to get injured.
Should I do a AJ Green shave my head?
Yeah.
bet?
Should probably hold off on that one.
No, hold off.
We could maybe get you to that some point this week.
I don't know.
Maybe on start sit we'll figure something out for you. Okay, let's rapid fire like 10 here. Michael Carter.
Keep.
Yeah, this is a stash
Yeah.
situation. Marquez Callaway.
Keep. I'm keeping him.
Keep too.
I'm going to see if someone might get excited about, finally
he's
here.
not a bad
Sure.
trade.
Yeah, not a bad trade.
Elijah Mitchell.
Keep for sure.
Oh, keep for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
But does anyone here think that somebody might be thinking that he comes back and is back to what he was and you could trade him? Do you think he doesn't have any value right now?
I think he's hard to trade away right now. We probably have to see another good week from him, and then
Yeah, we get 80 scrimmage yards from game 1 back. And then
touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
keep targets.
Trade.
Yeah, I would keep or trade for. I like what they've been doing with
trade
him.
for.
Yeah. LaVisca Chenault.
Cut.
Keep.
Cut. Yeah, he just doesn't have
He's
valuable
the
routes.
clear wide receiver 3.
He just doesn't have if he ran on the outside like DJ Chark and Marvin Jones did, maybe I would be a little more interested, but the value's not there. And James Robinson. Tyler was right about James Robinson this week. Let's go. Back. Elijah Moore.
Keep for sure.
Cut. Don't want the Jets wide receiver too.
Avery. Avery.
Cut.
No.
Yes.
No, Avery.
Yes.
They fucking suck.
So bad, Jared.
He doesn't suck.
He's a rookie wide receiver.
He doesn't suck. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
But if you
okay.
can't get the ball
You
to
didn't,
him,
you didn't
can't
draft him expecting him to be really good in the first few weeks.
No, but the issue is if you had a competent quarterback that could get him the ball, then I'd be fine with this. But he's not.
Yeah.
He's not moving into anything. He's not like trending upward. The team is trending down from the bottom.
His routes came down. Braxton Berrios?
Yeah.
Braxton Berrios out snapped him by a significant margin this
And
week.
he ran the same amount of routes as Keelan Cole. You
Yeah,
said
that's
that?
Keelan Cole, yeah. You have to. You have to cut him.
I'm willing to
get
hold
it,
on.
but you have
for rookie
to.
wide receivers, I'm willing to hold on for a bit longer because you never know when the break was going to happen, and when it does, their upside is just so much higher than all these other scrubs that you can get on the waiver
The only
wire.
reason I'm
But
holding
where's
on
the
to him.
upside? Where is it? I
if
can't
this
find
offense
it.
even figures out how to do anything, then
But
there's
Corey
upside.
Davis is still the number one, far and away,
Yeah.
at 10 targets.
Yeah.
And what if Jamison Crowder comes back and he's in the slot, and then we're just looking at like garbage?
This was my draft wide receiver, and
I
I'm
know.
cutting
Look,
him in fucking
I
week 3.
like him. The talent's there, and he looked like he was bound to break out through these first couple games. He was out there. He was getting targets, but this team is fucking terrible. Their offensive line is garbage without Mekhi Becton too, who I think is a really important piece of the offensive
All-time
line.
injury video, though. Did you see him? I think we must have talked about this on the show, but I was doing so good, bro. I was just getting wheeled off the field.
He thought he had a torn ACL, eh? And
Really?
he just had a sprained MCL. Or it was just a sprain or whatever. Okay, Brian Edwards.
I'm keeping him.
Yeah, if he's on your wire, I'm picking him up. He's the clear top wide receiver, second pass catcher, and eventually I have to start buying into what the Raiders are doing because they've done it for 3 weeks.
Carr
now.
just keeps throwing for
I don't
so
wanna
many
do it either.
yards.
Keeping him, yeah.
Ronald Jones.
A cut for sure. He's a bust.
Yeah, I know it's a Tampa Bay running back, but
Leonard
that's
Fournette's
just clogging your
better,
team.
unfortunately.
Yeah. He's never gonna have any upside.
Emmanuel Sanders.
I'm keeping him.
I'm like, I know this would be, nobody's going to be cutting him right now. If he was on your team, you were going to keep him. But like, I just don't want to roster him still.
So shop him then. Trade him.
I think it's trade.
Yeah,
trade or cut.
I would think that this is probably a week that people are picking him up. I don't know what his roster percentage is.
20, I think.
Okay, it's not as low as I thought then. Zach Pascal.
Cut.
Dude, if you picked him up, you were wasting your time thinking that this was going to last. Like
Michael Pittman's
100% cut. Anyways, keep trade cut. Hopefully we answered some questions for you. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. Subscribe to the channel today. Also, our Superflex salary cap game for week number 4. Yeah, week number 4 dropped. Be sure to enter. We're also giving a $25 deposit bonus. You can deposit as little as $10. We're going to give you $25 for free.
Free money.
So, and I've always said, Drew 9 still available if you haven't played yet as well. Again, subscribe to the channel. Please drop a like on the video.
Hit the likes.
We're shadow banned.
Yeah, the likes might be broken.
Shadow band of the likes.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.